Hello and welcome again to another Dragon Age toolset video tutorial by SilentCid, where we're going to be working on our stages. With stages, we'll be able to add in our player character and our quest giver all in the same shot. We can also set multiple cameras so that we can have multiple camera angles to shoot from. So let's begin by going to File, New, Stage. And let's name this resource Stage Quest Giver version 2 and hit enter. Now you should see two viewports. If you see 4 or any other number of viewports, you want to go to View, Viewports, and we're going to go select 2 top to bottom. Now we need to make sure that we got the center of the stage, so kind of zoom out and zoom back in towards the middle, and you should see a circle. That represents the center of the stage. Let's go ahead and add in places for our characters to stand on. So right clicking, insert place, or hidden P, we'll be able to add in a virtual character here, which will represent multiple characters for our stage. So left clicking will be able to place it on the stage, and the arrow represents where he's facing at, so face towards the middle. And let's name this first character or place from place 1 to Sergi and hit enter. That's in the object inspector. Now let's go ahead and hit P again. This guy is going to be representing our player. I'm going to rotate him so that he faces our quest giver. And let's name him player for the tag. Now we need to add in 3 additional spots. Since this is going to be in the main campaign, we need to have at least 3 spots for our party. So let's go ahead and insert place, or hold it, or press and P. Rotate him so that he's facing the quest giver. I had one more. Alright, now we have our spots, for our player and his 3 followers, and our quest giver. Now it's time to add in some cameras. So we can either hold that or press Control, or right clicking, insert camera, and place it towards the back of our player, just like that. Let's name this camera from camera 1 to Sergi, because it's going to be facing towards Sergi and the back of our player character. Now the bottom part, since this is viewport user, click on where it says user, or to highlight it, and then right click to where it says cameras, Sergi. And let's go ahead to where it says user, just click on that viewport, and we're going to rotate it downward or upward so it looks like this. And navigation through the viewport is similar to your area editor. Now we're going to bring this camera up a little bit. Just go to your 3-axis movement and move it up so it looks like this. And if you go to this camera view, you can rotate it to fine tune it so that it faces our player and our quest giver like that. And that's just doing the same thing as you do with the area editor. I like to kind of rotate and move around like this, and then I like to fine tune it by going back to the user and moving this up and down. Gives you more control. Now if you go back to this camera viewport, right clicking again, go to safe frame, you notice that it kind of shrinks, because now we're looking at it as if we were inside the actual game, and whatever's on the yellow is what's represented the camera that's going to be actually showing you inside the game. So this is called a safe frame. And if we rotate it a little bit more, we'll get more of our player character's head and our quest giver. And let's click on our SilentCid camera one more time in our tree here. From the field of view on the object inspector, let's put it to 50. Now put the camera a little bit back, but still stay in the same place. Okay? Now we could select this guy, and visualization source, it says none. We can choose our creature, which is our quest giver, to kind of give an example on what it will look like. Notice this won't be inside the main game. This is just a visual representation on what it would look like for your own needs. Now let's go ahead and add in one more camera. Put it on the back or close to the back of the quest giver. Raise it up. Let's change, or actually let's name this camera really quick to player. Choose player camera. Let's kind of rotate it. Let's fine tune it. Raise it up a little bit. So that we got all our party members and our player all in the same shot. If you notice that it's not getting everyone, you can click on the camera again, changing the field of view to be something a little bit higher. If you go a little bit lower on the numbers, it gets more zoomed in. So higher lowers it back more. So we got something like this, which is good. Now we need to have a default camera. So click on SilentCid camera one more time, and then choose, actually don't select camera, select the places here, like player. Let's change the default camera to be player, and SilentCid, let's click on SilentCid default camera, SilentCid, and these other places, let's rename them really quick. Let's just put henchman 1, henchman 2, henchman 3, and let's put some default cameras in here by selecting player, and player. Now we should be done for this stage editor for now, so let's save it, and we can close this out. Now make sure that you select your HUT exterior version 2 in your area palette window so that it opens up like this and get the view of your quest giver. Now go to your palette window stage, select your stage, and it's going to act like if you're placing a waypoint. Just place it sort of a little bit further back than Sergi. Just click to drop it. Now this waypoint represents the center of the stage. So let's go ahead and rotate this. And push it in. Has to overlap Sergi. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, but it needs to overlap them, because if you had it somewhat like right here, you'll notice there will be a jump to where he's sitting at now and then where the stage shows it as. So make sure it's overlapping Sergi. I like to sort of fine tune it so these arms are sort of going the same way as him. Then hit save. Open up your conversation resource. You do again with the palette window conversation, open that up. And on the root, we want to click on the triple dots, choose our stage. We need to change or add in the tags here so that the conversation knows that the place where Sergi is going to be sitting is actually going to be where Sergi is going to be sitting at. So choose owner, because he is the owner of this conversation. Player is the player character, and the henchmen are your party members. Since we label it early in the stage editor, it's pretty much self-explanatory. All need to be required. And then all we need to do is go to each or just one of the lines or two of the lines, and we could change the cinematics from default camera to Sergi and second camera to player, and we can have sort of what of a 5-second delay maybe, and we could do the same with all the other owner tags. It doesn't work with the player conversation ones. There's no cinematic, so you have to set it up in the owner tags. Once that's done, you can go around and customize as you want. Whatever is not customized is going to always use the default camera, which is Sergi. So hit save, close this out, go to your all palette window, select all, export without dependent resources, alright, it's done. Now we're going to go inside the game and see our stage. Alright, we're inside the game. Let's go ahead and see if our stage works. Click on Sergi. It does work. You now see our player character talking to our quest giver, and the camera angle changes. You notice we don't have any henchmen or party members, but it does work. You'll notice that the stage somewhat has a delay with the words, but that will change as soon as you add a voice over for our quest giver to start talking with. It'll pick up and you won't see this little delay. I don't mind about the little error message. But that's pretty much it for this. Let's go to the next section and work on some voiceover. Now that we have created our stage, it's now time to create voiceover for our quest giver. To do that, let's open up our conversation resource, which mine is Combo Sergi 2. Then we go to Tools, Generate Voiceover Local. This is going to be creating a robot Brad voice, a generic voice. And it is going to take a little bit for this to create or to generate. And then it says it does say success, so it is completed. Now we need to create the mouth movements for our quest giver. So going back to Tools, you should see Generate Face FX. Now if you don't see it, it means that you're running version 1.0. You need version 1.0.1 or do a workaround, which I don't advise now since the newest version does have significant amount of fixes, so it's best to download your new tool set. Once you have downloaded it, you should be able to see the Generate Face FX and have the latest fixes that's now going to break your main campaign. Now we're going to click on Generate Face FX Local. And you have to give it a few moments, just like how you did with the generic voiceovers. As you can see on the log window, it is building. Now it is complete. So I'm going to switch over, show you the in-game example, and then afterwards I'm going to show you how to put in actual voiceovers for your module.
Excuse me, my lord, but this hut is infested with hut monsters. Yes, they came in the middle of the night and really tore the place up good. I would clear them out myself, but there are too many for me to handle. If you'd care to clear them out, I'd have a reward for you. Wonderful. Just let me know once you've wiped them out.
Shall be done. I shall do it. By the Maker! It is begun. Away with you! It shall be done.
So, cleared out all those hut monsters yet? Great. Here is your reward. Thank you for doing away with all those bloody monsters, Maker. Thank you for doing away with all those bloody monsters, Maker. Bless you in your travels.
Now that we have generated a generic voiceover to be used in our module, it's time now to replace those generic voiceovers with something that was created for this module. To do that, let's go to our conversation and open up our conversation resource. Alright, now our conversation resource has popped up. If you go to your zip file, it should be in the folder called voiceovers. As you can see, they're numbered by order of how this goes into your Dragon Age toolset resource. And to help you out, I labeled it as number 1 being the first WAV file and the line it should go to, which is "Excuse me, my lord, but this hut is infested with hut monsters." So now that we know that the first line is for this line, or the first WAV file is for that first line, you notice that it has an ID number. If you look at your dialog section, it has this long number. We're going to go to our number 1 and replace its name to match that number. So I'm going to type in 1169565289, and you're going to put a _M. You need that _M or it's not going to be added into your module, and your numbers are going to be different from my numbers. So once that's done, you just go to each one of the owner lines in order. So the next one would be this one, and they do go in a proper structure of numbers here in order. So if this is 89, the second line is 90. So once you fill up all of these, they should go in order from 89 and up. I'm going to pause this video so I can be able to do all my numbers here and then proceed with the rest of the video. Okay, now that I have added in the proper line numbers in, as you can see, it does go in order from 289 to 301 and does have the _M for each of the corresponding lines here. It's time to put it into the right folder so that our toolset knows to use these other than using the generated voiceover. So I'm going to copy. Now going to your My Documents folder, to BioWare, to Dragon Age, add-ins, you should see your module that you're working on, which is mine is tutorial _version 2. You're going to go to Core, Override, Toolset Export, and just drop it in to this folder. Now just to make it a little bit neater, in case we need to do more of these override exports, create a new folder and name it convo_sergi. Highlight all your YE files, moving into the new folder. Once that's done, go ahead and close this out. Go back to your conversation resource. Now we're going to go back to Tools, Generate VO Local. Now it should have created all our voiceover using our new one, our actual recorded one. We're not done just yet. We need to create a new face FX. So go to Generate Face FX, Generate Face FX Local. As you can see, it's also corresponding to the line number. Line numbers right here again, if you don't remember. Now to verify if it's working correctly without having to go inside the game, go back to your My Documents folder, BioWare, Dragon Age, add-ins, your module that you're working on, core, and override. And what you see right here that I have highlighted is a convo_sergi_2, which is the resource name for our conversation file, .fsb. Now if you right click, open, select a program from a list of installed programs, and if you open this up in Windows Media Player, it'll open it up and you can't quite see it because it's on my other screen, but it will give you a warning error that it's not sure if you can play such a file. Just hit yes and you'll hear all the voiceovers that you have added into your game or your module, and it'll play each one of them all in that one file. And that's how you can verify if you're missing a line or whatnot. If you're missing a line, it'll be replaced by the robotic voice. So this is a good way to see if it actually works without having to go inside the game. Now that we know it works, let's go ahead and see the changes inside the game for the example.
Excuse me, my lord, but this hut is infested with hut monsters. Yes, they came in the middle of the night and really tore the place up good. I would clear them out myself, but there are far too many for me to handle. If you'd care to clean them out, I'd have a reward for you. Wonderful. Just let me know when you've wiped them out.
Darkspawn! I shall do it. Come, let us end this. It shall be done. Get off! There is no glory in bloodshed! As you say. It is begun. Best be wary.
So, cleared out all those hut monsters yet? Great. Here's your reward. Thank you for doing away with all those bloody monsters. Maker bless you in your travels. Thank you for doing away with all those bloody monsters. Maker bless you in your travels.
Now that we have added in an actual voice for our quest giver, it's time to give him a little bit of movement in the hands. What we're going to be creating are gestures. To do that, let's go to our root of our conversation resource file, right clicking on it. We're going to go down to where it says generate gestures for children. It's going to take a moment, but it is going to generate stuff on your log window. And it'll tell you generating gestures for line 301, 300, and it'll be, represented for each of the lines. And it should have been completed. So if you go to the first line, animation, you'll notice that it has the different animation names for it. To give you a better understanding of what each name represents, go to your toolset wiki in the Social BioWare website. If you type animation, you should be able to find in the search list animation list. If you click on that, it gives you a description of the animation, sort of help you along what ones work and what ones doesn't. So you can fine-tune your animations than having a generated one for each of the lines. And the animation only works for the owner. So if you want to change an animation, make sure you just click on it and then choose from the following options you see here. Once that's done, just hit save. And you could export it out. Right click, export without dependent resources. Once that's done, you can go inside the game and see the changes that you have done of your gestures onto your quest giver. I'm going to go to the next section and show you how to add a trigger that's going to be activating your conversation. Now we're going to create a trigger that's going to be activating our conversation automatically with our quest giver. To do that, we're going to File, New, Trigger. We're going to name this trigger underscore combo Sergi. Hit OK. We're going to change the script to a generic script. So we're going to go click on this and the triple dots. Just type in here GEN 00TR_talk.NSS and hit OK. It will automatically find a generic trigger for talking to our quest giver. Click on variables and we're going to go scroll down. Actually, close that box out. From var trigger, we should change that to var trigger talk. Now go to variables and we're going to scroll down till we see trig speaker. I want to cancel real quick because I want to open up my creature palette window real quick. Let's go back to there one more time. Double click so you have the cursor to type. And we're going to type in the resource name that we're going to be using, which is quest_giver_version2. So it knows that it needs to open up this particular resource inside the game. Hit OK. Hit save. We close that out. Go to your palette window for triggers and just click anywhere close by to where the conversation is going to start. You'll notice there's a green line attached to this. You're going to make a square, and the last part of the third corner, just double click. It'll finish up the remaining vertices. We sort of have to raise this up so that we have all the blue parts exposed. Since this ground's not leveled, it takes a little bit. So it looks like something like this. So when our player character runs into this, he'll automatically trigger the conversation with our quest giver. All you have to do now is save your area and export everything you see here. Without dependent resources. And just make sure that there won't no errors pop up. Alright, no errors popped up. Let's go inside the game and let's see our changes, see if it actually works. Alright, let's go ahead and see these gestures and our trigger. As soon as I start walking, I'll hit the trigger and I'll automatically start the conversation with Sergi without having to click on him. You cannot hear the voice, but you can definitely see his arms were moving, as you can see right there. The reason why you can't hear the voice is because it's due to my sound card not being able to play the sound and the mic at the same time. But there you go. Here's that example. And on the next part of this video, I'm going to show you how to add in your own voiceovers and how to edit it so that it is in the proper format for the toolset in order for it to convert it into the file that is required. Alright, in this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to add in your own voiceover recordings to the format that's required by the toolset. If you are getting your voiceovers from somebody, they may have it as an MP3 format. So you might need to change it up so that it does fit with the toolset. To do that, I have this program up here called Waveosaur. Now Waveosaur is a free program. You can search it on Google or you can find it right here, and it seems to do the job pretty well in converting these files, these MP3 files, into the proper format. I tried AudioCity and I couldn't get it to work. It kind of made the voice sound squeaky and too fast. This seems to do really well. So let's go ahead. I have an example that I uploaded into the zip file, or put in the zip file. You're going to find it in the folder raw. Sorry. It's the only one that's in there. If you open this up, this is an MP3 format. It was recorded using 48,000 Hertz stereo 16-bit. Now if I go to process, resample, I can change it from 48,000 to 24,000. Hit OK. Now you can see the changes is on the bottom there. It confirms that this is now 24,000 Hertz. Go to process one more time, convert to mono, mix all channels. We don't have to change anything with the bits because it is in the proper format. So we have 16-bit mono 24,000 Hertz, which is going to be what the toolset wants in order for it to convert it to the proper format. Now if it's lower than 24,000 Hertz, maybe if, like for example, AudioCity would not allow me to put it to 24 Hertz. It actually dropped down to 21 or 22,000 Hertz. It's very picky with the toolset, so it did not accept that frequency or in Hertz. So make sure it is 24,000 Hertz. And all you have to do now is save as, name your file, hit save.